All right, so back down here again, doing some more testing. I'm going to test out a problem I was having with my mag dropping the first, second, or third shot under the high pressures that I'm getting through the X-68 now. One of my viewers had left a comment that he had fixed the same problem he was having on his Pistelli and also on a BP50, which incidentally I saw the same thing on my BP50 recently, and where the magazine would drop out. He had recommended the fix that he used, which was to basically the magazine catch or release, where it actually makes contact with the notch in the magazine right here, notching it out further with a knife. So I modified two of my magazines, just notched it out. I test fitted them and they release fine with the addition, with it notched out further. So, and I have another video on that as well, separate video, a short. So I'm going to try it out and see if I should know right away, because it was like the first, second shot. Then once the pressure dropped, I didn't have any further mags dropping out. So I should know right away if this fixes it. So let's see how it goes. Same setup as I had the other day, 36 grams of CO2, one in the handle and two in the Umarex 2x 12 gram. And CO2 preheater is being used. It's already cycled 3 times. So we should have approximate pressures like we did the other day. So this is one of the modified mags. I'm gonna, with the 9.9 riot balls, we'll take some chrono readings as well. No sense in losing the opportunity there. Let's get this going. We're going to puncture the handle first. All right, it's off heat cycle, so it's completed 3 heat cycles now. Let me make sure that this thing's good and warm here. So I'm going to puncture the handle first so that it pre-charges and backflows everything up to this point, and then I'll go ahead and I'll puncture the 12 grams in the cylinder. Let's see. For a second there, I thought I had a leak, but it's good. It's good and quiet. All right. We have, as usual, it seems to be about 600 PSI is what I end up getting. Well, 600. That's the pressure that we have after the handle CO2 backfills the car stock expansion chamber all the way back to that valve. Now I'm going to go ahead and puncture the 2x 12 in Umarex here. All right, that popped out, so I believe I got a good puncture of those two. And the small mini gauge is reading, looks like 1,000 PSI. 1,000 PSI. Okay. So we are ready to go. We're going to try the modified mag and see if it works. Actually, I got 2 modified mags. This is the one that was broken. Let me start off with the one that I modified that did not break, just in case. All right. I'm going to chrono reading at the same time here. Oh, and I almost forgot to turn the valve on, but I thought about it this time. Almost got me again. Let's turn this valve on first. All right, that seems to be full on. Now I got, it dropped from 1,000 to about, it looks like 850, 900 on the mini gauge. And the other one came up from 600 to 670, to just about 800. So I'm getting a pressure difference between the mini gauge and the larger gauge here. I suspect that this 88 90 gram on and off by MCS has some sort of pressure reduction or pressure regulating properties to it, because I'm seeing 1,000 there and I'm 900 there, and I'm just not getting it over here. So I'm thinking there's something going on in here that I'm not aware of. So I don't know. That's my best guess anyways. But we're going to be shooting at about 800 psi, I guess. All right. We got one mag of 9.9 gram riot balls in there, and we're ready to go. Let's see if this magazine drops or not. Shot one. And it dropped. Okay. All right. Yep, it dropped. Apparently that was pretty loud too. My dogs got pretty scared because they started running around like maniacs. All right. So that was the second one I modified. Might be back to the drawing board on this. I don't know. I'm going to try it again with the other one. Let's see. I didn't even get the feet per second on that because as soon as the mag dropped, I wasn't expecting it. Honestly, I was expecting this was gonna take care of it. So that first one was lost. Let's try it again. We're still sitting at just about under 867 or 750 here. And it looks to be about 800 on the mini gauge. All right. Let's see if this one drops again. That one blew right the hell out too. All right, shot two. .432 feet per second. The magazine, this one held, so maybe I didn't dig that one out far enough, because this one definitely was dug out a little bit more. So maybe it does fix. Maybe I just got to dig it out a little further. Like I said, one of the two mags I dug out a little further than the other. So it should have dropped out again. I mean, that was definitely high enough power. So maybe it is the fix, and I just didn't dig it out far enough on the other mag. Shot three. 422 feet per second. Now, if I look at the mag, you can feel it. You can see a little bit of a gap in there. Well, that's probably the normal gap, I guess. Never really noticed before, but it's holding. So, I don't know. Normally I drop the mag 2-3 times. This time it only dropped the first time. Boy, did it. So maybe I just gotta, carve them out a little deeper. All right, so shot four, I believe this is, or shot three. Shot three. 408 feet per second. The mag did not drop completely. It does look like there's a little more gap there than there was before, but it didn't release. So, all right, here comes shot five. Actually, shot four in this mag, though. .394 feet per second. That was something new. It fired around, and another one dropped out. Let me take a look. So this was the mag that actually broke, and I first carved it out. You can see I carved it out considerably, and this one hasn't dropped out. The second mag that all right, so after that testing I did downstairs with the modified magazines, Um, it may help some people, um, modifying the magazine latch or release. Um, However, it didn't really help me that much. Also, I noticed a couple shots after in the second mag where it wasn't releasing, it wasn't dropping. I did have a case where right after a shot, you'll see I noted it on the video, where something weird happened. I hadn't never seen it before. The first shot fired, and a second riot ball rolled out of the, basically under less pressure, kind of just rolled out of the barrel. So, I know that could be an issue with the magazine, but I haven't seen that before. Um, it made me think, let me check my detents, because that really shouldn't happen if my detents were all right. So I still had the original detents in here, and I've been putting a lot of rounds through this gun. I have a backup set, brand new set of plastic or nylon detents. So I'm going to look at these right now, and I already see some wear marks. I don't know how much wear is excessive on this. I know some of you guys maybe have more experience in this than I do, but I'm going to just replace them anyways. That could be my whole problem. I mean, maybe under the higher pressures, having worn out detents was, you know, um, causing that ball that was in there ready to fire. Maybe it was not holding it in as tight and pushing it down the mag, maybe. In addition to, definitely could cause the problem I saw where I I wouldn't say an auto fire or a double shot, but kind of a double shot where, the second ball kind of came out at lower, less velocity, chasing the first one under high velocity. I don't know. Hopefully, I'm making sense to somebody out there. Anyways, I already looked at these detents. I'm going to see if I can show you on camera here with some light, but you can see some wear marks on the detents. Again, I don't know what's excessive or not, but I'm going to replace them and see if that doesn't resolve both of my issues. So, because it's getting worse. Um, Hopefully the camera will pick this up. So this was one of the detents, and I don't know, maybe if I shine some light on it, you can see right here, I can see a worn spot. Yeah, this probably ain't going to show up on camera. I mean, the detent's actually deformed. Um, I don't know if the light's making it worse. Let me see if I can hold the light and move it around with a pick. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but trust me when I tell you, it's definitely deformed. This there's a whole flat spot right here. If I can turn it this way. Right there. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. Right there. See, that's all flat. You know. Again, how much wear can cause this problem? I don't know. But I think it's worth my while to replace them. I have a set that came with the O-ring kit when I bought this from Mercury Rise. So again, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but maybe if I get it closer to the light source. But it's deformed. I mean, there's like quite a bit of wear. Right there, quite a bit of wear. Yeah. So that's one side. And here's the other side. Oh goodness, this one's even worse. Yeah. right there. Good grief, I need a third hand. I need a third hand is what I need. If I can hold this with my fingers. Son of a gun. Oh, screw it. I can't hold the darn thing. I don't know, maybe I can just show you this way. No, probably not. All right. Yeah, so the detent's deformed. There's a flat spot, definitely wear on here, which is what they do, right? I mean, maybe metal detents, little metal BBs or something would work better, but I do have another set of replacement nylon ones, but you can see it's all worn down. The worn spots are kind of reflecting light a little bit. It's just not going to show up probably in the camera. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll test it out and see if that makes a difference. I mean, good grief, the detents are so easy to replace on this particular weapon. I mean, they're external. I mean, well, if you got a Pistelli, you know what I'm talking about. Because where the detents are, it's visual. They're from the outside, super easy to get to. So I'm going to try that. Because that makes sense to me as far as that second round kind of coming out low velocity, chasing that high velocity round. So it's like it's like the detent, being worn. So I'm gonna give that a try, and we'll see. I'll let you know. All right. So we're back downstairs again after replacing the detents, and we'll test it and see if the new detents resolve both issues or one issue I had. I don't know if it's going to resolve the mags dropping out, but it should resolve the issue that I saw um, on the first video that I spliced in the first test when I was testing the modified magazines. I noticed that a couple shots in the second magazine, it was I had kind of like a follow-up shot that came out at a lower velocity and kind of was chasing the high velocity round. So we'll see. The detents definitely were worn, so hopefully it resolves both of the issues that I had, or a combination of the detents and also uh, modifying the magazines. Hopefully that fixes both problems, but we'll see. So the first round that I'm going to put through, the first 6 rounds of the riot balls, I'm going to use my one magazine that I did not modify. Okay, I did not cut that groove deeper. We're going to use this first to see if it fixes the problem completely. If it doesn't, we're going to then, on the second mag, is going to be one of the ones that I did kind of groove out a little deeper. Okay. Again, I'm hoping that it fixes both problems, so we'll see. Same setup, 36 grams. I want to make sure that I have approximately the same PSI. I was hitting about 800 PSI on the larger gauge here. So I want to make sure that it's as close as possible to the last test scenario. So we're going to 2 brand new detents installed. We're going to puncture the handle cartridge first, and then we'll puncture the 2 in the Umarex 2x12. Okay, sounds good. We have, again, 600 psi back feeding through the expansion chamber in the car stock. Now we will go ahead and puncture the 2x12 here. Should be a good puncture. Dots all the way popped out there, indicating that we have good puncture. And I will not forget to turn the on and off on. So let's do that now. Oh, well, I didn't show you, but the mini gauge again is showing just a little over 1,000 psi. Okay, and this one's showing 6, 7, actually a little about 7, but I just started to turn this open, so all right, and we're pre-charging. Don't like how tight this is, but it's working. Now we're up to 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we are up to the calisthenics I got to do just to show these gauges. I wish they were clocked differently. All right, so we got 800 psi on the big gauge and just a little under 1,000 on the mini gauge. So again, I'm noticing there's a pressure differential between the MCS on and off switch and input to the output. I guess that's normal for these. All right, so we're gassed up. This is turned on. Everything's good. Again, I'm going to stop with the magazine that I did not alter, did not modify at all. Brand new detents installed. Do I want to bother capturing feet per second? No, I'm probably not. I will, but not the first shot. I want to be able to catch this mag if it does fall, because I don't want to damage any more magazines. All right, we'll turn the laser on. We are hot. And here goes shot 1, mag 1. Okay. The mag did drop, as you can see here. The mag dropped. Did not fall completely out of the gun. So it's a little marginally better. Again, this is the magazine that was not modified. Okay. Let me get some readings on this now. That was shot 1. I didn't take the reading because I wanted to be able to catch the mag in case it came out. Shot 2. Actually, you know what? Let's see if it happens again. Shot 2, because it was happening twice at one point. Shot 2. Okay. Mag dropped again. Did not fall out of the gun, but you can see that the new detents did not fix that. Hopefully it did fix that other problem I was having. All right. If it follows suit, usually the mag would drop twice, and that's about it. Maybe 3 times the most. So let's try it again. Shot 3. Mag dropped again. Didn't drop completely out of the handle, but it did drop quite a bit. Okay, so this is the unmodified mag. But that's kind of new behavior too. We're still sitting at just under 800, what, 5, 6, 7, 750 psi. Whoop. Let me get behind the camera and not put that in my face. 750 psi at the moment. Let's try another shot. Not Corano on it, but let's try another one. We already know what this gun does at 800 psi anyways, with a 12-inch barrel. It's, you know, it's shooting a high of 100 joules with 9.9 riot balls. Let's see what we get again. Shot 4. All right, shot 4. Magazine held. Okay. Again, this is the unaltered magazine. So again, I don't even know if modifying that magazine would resolve the issue now that the detents are new as well. You know, I don't know. But I'm not getting that follow-up round chasing the high velocity rounds. So that's good. So time remains to be seen, I guess, if that problem returns or not. But that was a new problem that I hadn't seen before until earlier today. So yeah, let's finish this mag anyways. It's shot 5, I think. Magazine's still in there. It should be shot 6. Magazine's still holding. So the first 3 mags, first 3 shots, higher pressures. The unaltered magazine was starting to come out of the handle. It didn't completely fall out onto the floor, but it was starting to come out. At this point, shooting the modified magazine probably ain't going to make a big difference because my pressure is already lower. So the problem was really only seen on the first 2 or 3 shots to begin with. So I don't know if it's going to make a difference anyways at this point. I guess I'd have to repeat the test with full pressure again, which I don't have. I have 6, 7, about 700 PSI now. So, but why waste the gas, right? Let's take a couple shots and we'll chrono these anyways, just for the sake of chronoing it, I guess. Mag 2, shot 1. 422. Now, the mag did start to creep a little bit. There's a gap there. Now that's the modified mag. So I don't think the modification